地位がすごい上に上が気がする。
かわいい。さあみんなも勇気を出して一緒に。
勉強になる。世の人々はこのようなものが好きなんだ。
私の地位がすごい上に上が気がする。
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 かわいい。さあみんなも勇気を出して一緒に。
勉強になる。世の人々はこのようなものが好きなんだ。
地位がすごく揺らいだ気がするの。
かわいい。さあみんなも勇気を出して一緒に。
勉強になる。世の人々はこのようなものが好きなのか。
おー出た。エミリアダンすっげえかわいい。
誰も見つけません。
おおレムのまだ鬼が鳴ってるぜ。
そんなお嫁さんにしたいなんて照れます。私の地位がすごく揺らいだ気がするの。
かわいい。さあみんなも勇気を出して一緒に。
勉強になる。世の人々はこのようなものが好きなのか。
No more nyams, no more happy rems. Only Crusader King time. But happy Monday, people. Did you miss me? I missed you guys. It's been a whole weekend. And each weekend, I keep beginning intending to update something with the stream because I got plans for like physical pretty stuff. And then each weekend I keep being too busy with frivolous things. Like how on earth am I gonna beautify my island? Or spades. Lots and lots of spades. It isn't quite Hanahuda level, but I've been brought into spades, so I spend a lot of time on that. And more pressingly, last week sort of ended off this ongoing campaign with the question of what to do next. Because as soon as the game loads up to demonstrate, in 3, 2, 1, load. Right on it. Orsinium has pretty much been made. The Wothroggian Mountains are all ours. We have the traditional homelands of the Orcs, and, through no part of my own, but the action of my vassals. And my vassals' vassals. They've already started kicking out the Bretons. Not purging. We don't have purges legalized yet. And it seems like we don't need them. We do have expulsions though. Well, there aren't any pogroms. They've already kicked out Breton peoples in lots of the conquered territories, which does tragically mean depopulation in a few cases. But what's a bit of depopulation if it means that the Orcs now have a homeland? Properly Orc, proper worshippers of Malakath, which was the immediate goal. Go from barely existing fringe populations at the edge of extinction to having a place they can call home. And we've got that. So what next then? Do I just, in that case, do conquest for the sake of conquest and take over the world, as you do so many times? And then it hit me. I figured it out, see. My island makes absolutely no sense on a hydraulic base. Because my source of fresh water is the tiniest mountain in the northwest corner right by the sea, on two edges of the sea. And that's gotta be all sorts of saltwater infiltration. What does the water table even look like? But that is neither here or there. But what has happened throughout the history of Tamriel is a conquest of Cyrodiil, not just by the Imperials for the sake of the Imperial Empire, but the Reachmen too had their own little log cabin or log house empire as they pushed out from their holdings in Skyrim in the mountains. down to the Imperial Island, took over for a generation or so, before they were forced out. And so what if the orcs are the same? Maybe it's not enough to secure their own homeland. Perhaps what they should do is seek conquest of the Isle and pursue some sort of legitimate claim to conquer the entirety of the continent. Not for the sake of it. Like, not just for, we mean green people, we conquered the puny humans. But to bring liberation and enlightenment, because look at this. All these scattered states, all throughout the place. It's not just happy kumbaya. Every single border here is a casus belli, is a cause for war. And so this is endless conflict and strife as people try to conquer each other and bring nothing but bloodshed and unhappiness and suffering and strife. And who better to lead this push towards... what's this place called again? To Lake Rumer. Then King Bashag, trying to fill in the very huge shoes of his father, King Mogak. Because it turns out, right, this guy's got depression, he's got stressed, he's got the kingdom, and he's had his conquest to try to distinguish himself, but all it's brought him is unhappiness, and in fact, the unhappy is his historical title. But now he's a warlord. This unhappiness, this pressure, has pushed him towards casting aside all pretense of legalities in his conquest. He could just take what he wants. So what does King Bashag want? It's a powerful casus belli, the warlord thing, but it's a temporary one. A few conquests in, and he says, you know what, I'm happy, I'm finally satisfied. And you lose the warlord status, and the warlord casus belli. Do I go for Lankara? Because Lankara used to belong to, Pelkarth. Weren't you Orcish before? No, you weren't. Must have been thinking of Lankara. Lankara. Currently owned by the High Chief of Dragonstar. Wasn't it? History? No? Oh, for the minor kingdom of Lankara. What about the Duchy of Lankara? Minor kingdom? What? You didn't have it? Oh, that... what? Oh, that's right. He had the... he just had County of, and then Duchy of here. Whereas Lankara wasn't formed yet. But Bashag here might want to take more of the mountains that the orcs have been fighting over. And perhaps bring some sort of security to the Valley of Scars, who's been fighting tooth and nail for generations just for survival. And Falkrenth has kind of been going back and forth between the orcs and the humans. But how did you end up a republic? Didn't grab a city by accident, did you, Falkrenth? Humans, bah. Humans, bah. Well, the Imperials are pushing in via the Colovian states into Falkreath, so I gotta support my neighbors in Falkrenth either way. Scarhammer first though. Who's Scarhammer fighting? Defended against Chieftain Schlabash of Dragontail in Conquest of Dragonstar. Well done you. But she's got allies in here. Duwe, Kadrudak, Chief Neck of Arnheim, Chief Des Fostra of Karthwasten. What's your troop strength? About 800 troops of her own, with a max of 2,000. Potential vassal allies about 1,700. We could take her on though, can't we? Dude, if I'm patient, I could reap 5,000 souls for my armies. But I currently have about 1,500, which is okay. And that much from vassals, hire that many. Roughly 1,600 from the men, 5,000 for potential allied troops. Currently hired, 855. Or 855. Hired. No, that's vassals. Hired 1,200, event spawn 19. Oh no, I'm not a 19 only. I did ask Malakath for like 1,000 Goblin Ken armies that don't replenish, and they're down to 19 already. Woof. And he did tell me not to waste them, but he's currently interactive and triumphant, so if I wanted to, I could just ask for more Goblin Ken. Should I give him artifact though? The superior mithril armor for 400 Ardor. It is plenty. And who needs superior mithril armor when we have good armor of orcish make? I place the offering upon the altar, and within moments, it fades from view. A feeling of Malakath's approval pulses through my mind. Excellent. Alright, I think what I'll do is take Scarhammer first. Daenia, Northmoor, Glenumbria, Adamantia, Shorehelm. They're fine as they are. I've pretty much taken over High Rock, and could create the kingdom if I wanted to. If I had the gold to. But for the time being, Orsinium is a much grander title. It is who we are after all. This is the land of the orcs, for the orcs, by the orcs. If, in time, we make our way towards Colovia, towards Lake Urumarin, the Heartlands, the Imperial Isle, then perhaps we will seek legitimacy by claiming to be the unifying king of High Rock, who claims to unify the peoples of Tamriel. Until then, though, we are the Orcish faction. Couldn't help but notice, though, no de jure drift has occurred. In previous builds of this mod, you could de jure drift things out, but that was years and years ago when I last played, so stands to reason things are different in that regard. Could take Hathengard first, but Scarhammer. Wait, Raventail, you've got that pagan shield on you. Attacking Skyborn. Where's Skyborn? There's Skyborn. And you've got... yeah, even from vassals, just about 1,000 troops or so. And no allies upon your own. Oh, but you're in the defensive pact. That's right, that's right. We're big enough now that we do have a defensive pact against us. Currently, I'm only 36% threatening. So if I attack 8 divines, rulers, then everyone here, and everyone here will gang up against me. If I attack an Arakir enemy, then everyone here in Hammerfell would gang up against me. And if I attack one of the old gods of the Reachman's followers, then just everyone in the Reach will rise up against me. But if I have the math right, any good big conquest I make now will push me above the 50% mark, which will mean that if I attack anyone, then everyone colored in will unify to stomp down on me. Which is good. In base CK2, people hate it for being ahistorical. Like, when in history was there a global defensive pact among the Muslims and the Indians and the Catholics and the Orthodox to keep down one king and wherever? But on a gameplay basis, it's a great thing, because nothing is more powerful than the human player. And mid to late game, you need some challenge, otherwise you get this size and steamroll over everything, which we can right now if we wanted to, because nobody else is good opposition to me. I got like 5,000 troops, right? This dude, 1,400. 500 only. 1,200, the illustrious Kingdom of Hammerfell, led by Queen Nisha the Chaste, has a whopping 447 troops to her name. What's her bloodline? Blood of Ansei Yagub, the Seafarer. The Ansei, or the Sword Singers, had the ability to manifest a sword from the very soul, known as Shihai, and had been prominently involved in most of Redguard's history. Cool. So if they didn't have the defensive pact, by the time I get this big, I win. Nobody else could oppose me if they're relying entirely upon alliances via marriage. And that is where the fun comes, because even if, as followers of Malakath, we don't get any marriage with anybody, because they all oppose us, you still have to think politically to suss out how on earth am I going to conquer Helra, say, without all of Hammerfell and Skyrim attacking me on all of my borders and edges, just for 1 or 2 pieces of land, and small tribal lands at that, not even anything good. Peasant revolt for Ironheim going on? Cute. And your allies are probably just as involved in that as well, as they currently are. Let's do it. Enough faffing about. Warlord Conquest of Hammerfell. Which, bear in mind, only gives me this small chunk, right? But unless they change the Warlord Ambition, if we win the war, takes or vassalizes all titles held by Queen Uragan within the Kingdom of Hammerfell. Oh, is that really it? So did they change it? I don't see any takes or vassalizes all titles held within the Kingdom of Hammerfell plus any occupied holdings. Which, if I recall right, is how it used to be. Like the Invasion Casus Belli in base CK2. You declare war for one kingdom, siege down everything, and then you get everything. So maybe not Scarhammer just yet. Maybe I should take Hafengar for everything Hafengar holds. Take a border with you. Or maybe... No, because either way, I'm trying to think like 5 or 10 years in the future. Like if I take this county now, wait 5 years, and then take over the rest. Or take Hafengar now, then turn around and take over all of this. Except, even if I don't take over stuff in the intervening 5 or 10 years, I'll still be over 50% in threat, so everyone's going to gang up against me anyway. So what's going to be the best play? And I can't exactly rely on Valley of Scars or Falk Grenth to have my back. Because one, they've only got 631 troops, 192 troops, oh no, he's doomed. So they're no help against all of these guys. Oh well, gotta make do, don't I? First off though, has enough time elapsed that I could change some laws? Nope, not enough time has. Not until... Dang, 6 years from now? 3425? Alright. Guess I haven't got to worry about laws for a while then, at least. So I think that the plan is going to be invade Hafengar. And rip Solitude away from the Nords. And then go for Scarhammer and secure our borders to the east. I could take Winterhold instead. But the trouble is, all this counts as Arctic terrain, and that means incredibly poor attrition and supply. Even if their castles are easy to besiege and assault, which they're not going to be, then I'll still lose a lot of people more to just sitting around and waiting in the snow with poor food than actual combat. And because I'll have to wait, because it's all castles and whatnot here, barring Morvenhall. And that's more time for the global defensive pact against me to gang up on my borders and gobble up my war score. How's Hafengar's lands? Terrain, Arctic. Forest, good. Arctic, not good. Forest, Arctic, Arctic. But that's okay. That's okay for Solitude for Hafengar, because that's only going to be the 8 Divine Defensive Pact. And how's Scarhammer? Just all mountains and hills here, right? Forest, hills, mountains. Alright, it'll be easier. So take my time, take it over Hafengar. Then trigger the Global Defensive Pact to take Scarhammer. And the cool thing is, as is typical for the Reachmen, it's all tribal. A few temples here or there, maybe a castle in a more developed place. Understone Keep. Near the gateway to the vast cavern that once served as a major fortress for the Reach's Dwemer population. Understone Keep is a large, heavily fortified bastion dominating the city of Markarth. Cool. And we built no great work features. Right, so that's the plan. Take my time with Hafengar, then blitz Scarhammer. Declare war then. Wait, where is... Can I not use my Warlord Casus Belli, or is it gone? All this talk about being a Warlord. Did it expire? No, it is there. Conquest of Hammerfell. But I can't use the Casus Belli against Queen Igna. Embargo, Claim Dower, Tributary State, Inquisition, Conquest, Johanna Holdings. Huh. What's the cutoff then? Warlord Conquest of Hammerfell. Warlord Conquest. I don't see any conditions for it. Do they have to be smaller than me in some regard? There's Warlord Conquest here. Warlord Conquest. How about you, Hammerfell? We're too far away anyway. Could it be because Hafengar has a proper queen? Is that the cutoff? They can't declare on kingdoms? Must be smaller than you, maybe? Bashog is proven to be a warmonger, seizing power by sword, and treading the crowns of Nirn beneath their feet. Oh, she's got a crown? Huh. Huh. And hold up, I have a border here. Why can't I Inquisition for Skyrim? Is that the issue? It can't be that I already have land in Skyrim, because I have land here, sure. But I've also got land in High Rock, so it can't be that. If I want to be productive, I could have spent this weekend reading over the change logs and the dev diaries, but oh well. Well, if I can't war for stuff in Skyrim for whatever reason. Slavery eradication. More reason to try to fill in Dad's old footsteps. But nah, right now he's a warlord. He is equally greedy. This man's heart isn't being motivated by altruism and niceness. He's become a warlord that pretty much cements what his ambition is. I think go for Lancaster next. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 pieces of land. That brings us on a board with Falkren and Valley of Scars. Oh, we should know what it's gonna do. The defensive pact, that's epidemics. The defensive pact isn't just on religious lines. It's also on physical borders. If I go to Lankara, then everything down here as well is going to join the defensive pact and might pull the Colovian estates into it. So I might want to turtle up instead. Chip away at the defensive pact around me. Dania is still 3 pieces of land. To weaken that up, and then all this becomes mine. But all this is pretty much mine anyway, it's just a matter of time. Let them be the holdouts. What does Lankara have to oppose me? 1,000 troops. A tribal vassal. Let's take him on then. Most everyone around me are pretty much minor powers. 1 county to 3 counties, so even if I get the horde against me, I can just, you know, plant troops down in 1 castle, wait 3 to 4 months, then easy war. But then everyone here is going to be opposed to me. Every single red card, be they crown or forebear, is going to rise up to oppose this. And they got loads of people. But then Ankara is pretty condensed. It's just Dragonstar or Dragon's Gate, Abdir, Rimwatch, and Nimbel. So just siege here, siege here, siege and siege, then win. And they've got low levies everywhere. So it's just a matter of dropping in and waiting for easy sieges. Let the Red Guards come. Hey, the Fishman, 1987. Hello to you too. Nearly the entirety of Hammerfell, outlined in red, for the sake of 1 valley. Well, let's go. Every vassal, you too. And naturally, everyone's going to be sieging down on my homelands. But oh well, it's a small price to pay. This is the SVN version. Who's this? Daughter. Marrying off to High Chief of Gehenna and Faroon. Alright. Let's give her stewardship then. And they've already coalesced. To what is this? 3,000, 4,000? That's alright then. That makes it easier. Let other troops gather at once. As the enemy draws near during the battle, an uncontrollable rage begins to swell within you. You furiously bite down on the edge of your shield and attempt to devour it. Trembling with anger, you then raise your great axe and charge howling into the enemy ranks. Many of the cowards attempt to flee at the mere sight of you, but your axe has no mercy to spare for them. It is a bit of a risk, isn't it? And they kind of give the play the SVN at your own peril thing, since it is ongoing development. But after a week of it, everything's all fine and stable on this end. Haven't had any issues so far. So if you want to, go for it. Decent warrior. I'm sure Malakath would enjoy him tremendously. "2,000 Ardors, what I could do is claim 2,000 more Goblin Clan armies. Or wait. Oh no, he's interactive but not interventionist. So I can't get the Lesser Daedra or the Daedric Invasion. Aww. How old am I? 40 years old? I could wait for Malakath to become more interventionist. May call Daedric Invasions, but not Lesser Daedric Hordes. But Daedric Invasion takes 25,000 Ardor. I guess I could just get 2,000 Goblin Clan armies. Yeah. Yeah, I think I shall. Troops are troops. Malakath answered my request approvingly. You've got a talent for getting things done. That is good. Goblins serve me, but I'll get them to serve you. Don't just waste them all, you understand? And true to his word, a small army of goblins has assembled in my capital, all without sparking a single violent incident with the locals. Well, if he's going to be that accommodating. Outstanding. Using your foot as leverage, you pull your sword at the dead corpse of the last foeman to fall by your hand in battle. All around you, the men are cheering as the routing enemy soldiers flee in wild panic. Victory has been achieved, in large parts thanks to your heroic efforts. Songs shall be sung on this day. Okay, Goblin Clan. To the front lies, if you will. But this could be problematic. They've already got 5,000... How many thousands of troops on the borders? How about everyone to me? Thank you. Don't just all scatter about. The good news is that they have all of their armies coalesced in one giant blob, in one place. That's great. That's fantastic. That means I break them now, and they're done. The stress and frustration inside of me reached a boiling point today, when something important went fatally wrong. I lashed out in anger to hide my frustration, and the anger went straight toward the closest person. My son and heir, the disappointment that he is. Shaluka, my hunt wife, who's got the blood of the wild boar that I want to give to my children. Or my counselors, my spy master. Or a courtier, lash out at a 2-year-old baby, my other son, who I would prefer to be my heir, but for some reason I cannot designate as heir. I'm not gonna lash out at my favorite son. I'm gonna lash out at Maga. As if I could fill my own father's footsteps, how on earth can he fill my own? Well, he's fine with it though. So he's horrified. Where's all my 5,000 dudes? There are like 5,000 of them, of my vassal armies, but all we see are 3,000 total here. Did they get themselves killed already? Have they played silly games that gotten all of them routed and killed? That's alright though, we'll take a negative war score for a few years. Or for a few months, till we all get together. Well, there we go, there's 5,000. Total, including my own. So that's no good. The troubling thing is, right, you don't want to get too much war score, because at negative 100, you automatically lose, even if you have the means to win. Which is fair. You can't have the player turtle forever, or else they will. Just gonna wait for them to come over. Heard reports of a nearby province with some unrest problems. It had to face a recent siege. What, they don't mean my province, do they? A bandit raid and a failed harvest. Its owner pleaded us to pacify it while not resorting to violence. Not resorting to violence! And he is asking not just the king of Orsinium, but a warlord and a berserker. With 4 diplomacy. Sure. It's a decent challenge. For once we get a decent challenge. They've all been too easy so far. I arrived at the nearby town with some guard and members of the guild. The problems of the city are rather obvious. The river flowing nearby isn't used at all. The farms aren't properly maintained and business don't work with the landowners. We start to make some plans. With violence. 95% chance success only. The great work and skill masterfully took care of the task. Hooray. And now, Master Scout. +2 Martial, +3 Stewardship as opposed to +1 and 2. Well, unfortunately, he already picked up Journeyman Nightblade before I took over him. Can I be anything else but a Nightblade? No, I can only be a Nightblade now. Alright, why not? But it's -1 stewardship as a thing. He just had to go and pick things that would decrease his most valuable stat. See, this is why you can never follow your dad's footsteps. Or maybe this is why you're so stressed and depressed, because you're being forced to go against what you want to do, what your own life's ambitions are. And that is why you cannot find satisfaction in anything. Where's their armies? They're around here somewhere. Oh, there they are. Marching off where? To Wayrest? Oh no. Word of an epidemic. We have received news of an epidemic in Mirkwood. The information is vague, but word is, people are dying like flies, and the fear the disease is spreading as fast as the affliction itself. Furthermore, the condition is reported to be irreversible as well as incurable, and the scattered records of the events are worrisome. With no source of evil revealed, people are turning to their gods and on each other to protect themselves from contagion. Many call it similar to the flu, but far worse. Now bear in mind, that is a language that is always used since the Reapers do update. It's just prescient. In the middle of battle, I catch sight of a girl wearing the same colors as I am. I just have time to notice the fierce expression in her face when she is struck down. I feel a pang of guilt, realizing how much she reminded me of my own daughter, Gawaz. 10 tor wounded? There is no time for breaks. For Orsinium, charge! I was kind of foreshadowing this all week, but where's Mirkwood? The Nahatan flu. This mod's equivalent to the plague. Save the healthy, abandon the ill. The Nahatan flu has struck this county. forget, where did it rise from historically? It did come from Argonian, didn't it? From the Black Marsh. Alright, I think the smart plan is going to be take on their armies first, then siege down. It's gonna be fine, it's gonna take ages for the plague to get out from Mirkwood, all the way through Nibene, to the Gerald Mountains, through Colovia, before it gets to me. No, don't move away. Oh wait, no, that's fine. Dang, who are you now? My rival? From my commander's child is such an amazing, accomplished commander. That is fantastic. That is pleasing to Malakath. Alright, have I got space for you? With her 25 marshal. Who are you? Acolyte Mugdul of Torog's Folly. 15? 11? Where these guys come? Oh, right, you're my son. Sure, my son's gotta have some command ability and experience, doesn't he? Even if he's awful. Alright, so who's leading where? Naturally, I am needed. And those are fine. Should I really be assaulting with my 2,000 goblins? Nah. Just have them sit put. Cool. And that's 4,000 or so of their troops down. Teleport on over. Get some more dudes in here. And that's a good amount of war score. 20% from battles alone. From one battle. Alright, fine. From a few battles. But still, 15.15% from that big one. How's it a hot and flu progress? See? Hasn't spread too fast yet. Oh, it's going for the Dunmer first. Now that's poetic. They were totally fine then. It's gonna be ages before that flu ever gets to us. %42% war score already. A new heir. Oh no. What happened to my... Did it just disinherit him? Or did it take 3 years for the game to realize that I marked him as heir? And hey, maybe, if I have him as heir, he should be heir. Or was it a case of martial score? Because it's martial 8 now versus 14. Just being weird? Either way, the son I want to be heir, because he's got all the bloodlines, is heir now. Pirates have recently hit our coast in Orvius. All the coastal settlements have been raided and their populations taken as slaves. Curses. Drat. Double drat. Daggerfall, what are you doing? You want to kidnap Durgob? But why would you want to? He's such an accomplished necromancer. Let him be. He's providing essential, non-ET troops for our cause. Marching back up this way, are they? Oh no, I got too greedy. Let me see. 7,000? Then let's say... Fine. Rest of those armies come out. We don't want everyone lost to attrition just yet. And still too many. Woof. It's okay though. Just means more assaults. Rimwatch or Nimbel? Who's got the tribes? Or is that up? I thought he had a tribal vassal someplace. Didn't he? Either I misread, or they raised him up at some point. Either way, no matter. Keeping an eye out, because I'd be very surprised if their armies weren't going to march back to me. Or I suppose they've lost the initiative. Instead of coming back to Wayrest to siege down my places, their priority now is to unsiege Dragon Gate, Abdeel, and so on. But not gonna happen. Already at 100% war score. Plan's gonna be take Nimbel, which is already, oh, there's a vassal, or the tribal vassal thing. Take Nimbel, bit by bit by bit, for a bit more cash and a bit more loot. But if they get to Dragon Gate first, just pull the trigger, end the war. Nimbel's more of a bonus. $5.9 gold, 1.1 Ardor. Is that Ardor or no, just favor? Would be cool if favor translated to Ardor. Yay, we have done the winning. Shame though that he's still under me. But I suppose if he wants to rebel and get imprisoned and revoked, that's his right too. So many minor kingdoms I can make. Duchy, 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 duchy. Can I make these kingdoms? Really? I can create these tiny titular kingdoms? Huh. Is not the High Queen of Hammerfell. How did they know they're not the High Queen of Hammerfell? Titular Kingdom of Daggerfall? Eh. Maybe what I'll do is instead of keeping the kingdoms of Hammerfell, High Rock, Skyrim, Cyrodiil, etc., I'll use these tiny petty kingdoms instead. Because if you get, say, Imperial Administration and so on, you can get a pretty beefy vassal limit, even with full centralization. High 20s, low 30s easily, even with poor diplomacy. So 31 vassals to spread between all this continent? Otherwise just Alinor, High Rock, Valenwood, elsewhere, Cyrodiil, Black Marsh, Skyrim, Morrowind, that's just 8. 8 vassals, we could have 31. So if I broke these 8 states into 2 or 3, yeah, there'd be plenty of vassals for taxes and troop purposes. And if I keep, say, 2 to 3 vassals throughout, they'll be too small to form those kingdoms if I break them off afterwards, if I can. Valley of Scars. Do you want to... No, I can't make him join me, can I? Defended against the Colovian Estates. Can I join your war? Where's offer to join war? Oh, poor fellow. It's really him against Colovian Estates. Oh, defended against the inquisitorial conflict in Falkrenth. You're helping him out. So you are who I should ask. But I can't ask you to join a war either? Offer to join war, here you go. Gotta. Because after all, it's only 1,000 dudes. Versus 600. 275. Gotta watch each other's backs. To the most excellent King Bashak, please accept my compliments. I gladly accept your offer of assistance in my war. Let our enemies tremble. Who's here? Morgan's host? Oh, I can't top it against that either, though? Well, at least he's already winning against that one. Kind of. 77% in his favor. Well, at least if I help Falkrenth push out Calovia, that'll free up his troops to push against Morgan's host. And hey, Crab Boy, how was the nap? Hold up, hold up. I see something funny going on here. We're allies, right? Nobody else is coming into this province. Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me it's gonna do that weird thing where you end up fighting your own allies. I don't want to fight and kill my allies. We're quick, we're speedy. Who's got organizer? You got organizer. Okay, good, it's not. Ah well, what nap ever is long enough? And this really is the thickest Orsimer around. Again. Fully Breton, there's no Malmer in her family. Fully Orsimer, no Malmer in our family. And yet nothing suspicious at all about producing a Malmer child, is there? Oh, bringing plenty of troops now, Calovia. Where are you going to? You're going to Pale Pass. We'll take on the army of Lady Adriana then, of Sankar Tor. If he was smart, then he would have brought these armies up to reinforce, as he's doing right now. And more friends from Malakath, who's Colovian, but he's got no blood on him, so Malakath's not gonna really care too much. Ooh, 3 prisoners. Didn't realize in that case. Lots of friends from Malakath. The poor guy's an outcast as far as the Daedric princes go, so he needs all the friends you can give him. I'm simply doing him a favor. The Nahatn flu approaches. Mobs of new people are arriving in Ustental. Most of the newly arrived are commoners fleeing the Nahatn flu that has reached Ravenscar just beyond the borders of our realm. Some have lost their whole families. Some are trying to protect theirs that a fewer travelers or merchants that have the easier time moving. All of them seem to have witnessed indescribable horrors. Hardly any will talk about it at all. The ones that do talk warn others of the coming epidemic and urge them to stay inside or pack their things and flee. But what if I need a haircut? Let the Nahatn flu come. Is it really this close already? Last I saw the Nahatn flu, it spread from Merk. Oh, that came fast. All of Morrowind succumbed. Eastern Cyrodiil, Northeastern Cyrodiil, Eastern Skyrim, Northern Skyrim. We're poor here, right? Epidemic's gonna pass us right by? No. I've got a hospital that hasn't been developed at all. Great big fat rip. Okay, who else is an organizer? Are you my only organizer? Then get here quickly. Who wants arresting? Daggerfall again. What are you doing? Or because you've acted dishonorably toward me? Let's see, if we get rid of you. The trouble is he's zealous, right? All I want to do is have him follow Malakath, but I can't ask him to, he likes me. He likes me enough that he could convert if I wanted him to. Except for his zealotry. But your heir is also zealous, on top of hating me incredibly. What if I give you a wife? A nice wife of your own. So you can produce actual children. I do have a spare daughter. Huh? So what you say? No. Offers from infidels? Dude, I am your boss. That transcends any infidel relationship. Do you want me to crush your head like a grape? Or do you want a non-aggression pact? It's your choice, not a hard one. Nankara, I guess, makes an okay commander too. You're up. Inherited Ustental. Did you die in a Nahatn flu? He died of the Nahatn flu. An extremely dangerous and virulent disease, capable of decimating entire courts. What, only decimates it? Well, that's not bad, that's just 1/10. Technically, I only really have to care once it gets to my capital. The Malmer wants to be envious. To make him envious or temperate? Let's make him temperate. You know what? Let's flee. If they really want, they could white peace out. And my daughter wants to be ambitious? Let her be. She'll be a rival, but bring her off anyway. More commanders lost? Of course. A nearby lord approaches today with plans to buy a castle owned by another family in order to extend his domain. While such a request is unusual, it could still be a very profitable affair. Decent challenge again. Give me that 95% chance success. Buying a castle that has been part of a family for generations isn't easy, and we're having trouble with this one. But still, we should be able to find a common ground. 99% chance success of the quest. Dang. So something tells me that Clovia is going to be preoccupied in a few. You know what I should do? Before we close our gates? Let's see. Not me. Adult? Yeah. Great house? Not mine. Who's all in court that I don't need? Bulfor? You're alright. Can I marry you off to somebody? That's not a child? Kagor, you're an okay commander. I'll keep you then, I could use my commanders. Court painter, married to my son, gotta keep you. Married to my son, gotta keep you. I don't need you, do I? Blood of Gardener. Sorry, buddy. But goodbye to you. Edwina is my wife, I can't toss her out. My wife can't toss her out, Cordier. Is a glutton. You know, I heard that your Dunmer people need all the help they can get. How about you go help them out? Oh, because you're 8 divine somehow. You went for Variella instead. In Nibene. And you're what, a Gardener descent too? If he was a woman, I might keep him. To try to breed his blood into mine. But as it stands, nope. Y'all. Y'all's cool. Y'all has the blood of Yashnag in her. But then so do we, right? Don't we have the blood of Yashnag too? We do. So not only is she beyond breeding age, but she is now superfluous. Goodbye. Gultza is a widow. Goodbye to you. Grundog is in hiding. A saboteur, perhaps. Well, sadly, she could hide elsewhere. Mary, court physician. I'm going to need my court physician in the coming months. Ah, but a court physician who hates me. Have I got better than her? She's an okay sorcerer, but her primary skills aren't in healing exactly. Nah, nobody else comes close to her. Fine, then Mary can stay. Wife can stay. Random Cordier, possessed. Fewer mouths to feed. Logru is somebody's widow. Goodbye to you then. And my spy master could stay too. Cool. So that's everyone's superfluous gone. Are there any gluttons in here? I see no gluttony yet. Some cowards, a drunkard, but drunkard is fine. And how about among the kids? Hate to ask, how many kids do I have? I don't remember if they count as mouths to feed. But the important thing is, so far nobody's taken up gluttony. It seems they don't count for my court size, at least. Well, Romaine, are you going to be juicy lettuce from Malakath? Develop ruins. Should I? We got the Nahatan flu incoming. We got ruins to develop instead. Sure. Its tax modifier and its technology points. And technology points are horrifyingly low in this mod. From modern excavations to advanced. Know what? Let's split you two up. Because once the Nahatan flu comes in, the last thing we need are all those goblin kin gathered together, sucking up each other's attrition. Oh no. My son, Prince Othbug, has been suffering from a constant muscle spasm and twitching, and is afflicted with dampworm. A common disease with serious effects. Uncontrollable muscle spasms and twitching may be contracted by deer and nix hounds. Well, he's got decent symptom treatment. Well, let's bump up my court physician to make her like me a bit better. 12. Best I can do. And she's already a court physician and a historiographer. I suppose I could make her the guardian of somebody. How about young Romaine here? Well, it wouldn't matter for him, would it? Has to be related to me. Daughter, perhaps, who's already sympathetic to the divines. For plus 10 favor? Or plus 10 opinion? Oh, wait. Poor time to leave them coming up. Malakath's power is waning. Mages and scholars across the known world are in agreement. Malakath has been weakened somewhat, though what exactly causes her to inspire is unclear. It is also unclear if this represents a trend. Malakath could recover at any moment, but there is a possibility that his power decline yet further. And they're locked in now, and suffering attrition. Well, naturally, I shall lead from the fore. Oh no, but Nahatan flew right next door. If it jumps over within the next 9 days, very good chance I catch it. Who's died? My spy master's died. Court painter, send you out to hopefully better lands? Or send my son out somewhere? Where to send them? To the Imperial Isle. To the heart of the Nahatan flu. Okay, who's not suffering? Send you to Caspar. For safety's sake. that is still going to be some tech gain. They got one one military, one cultural. Oh no, just as I get here, Nahaten flew. I'm gonna catch it, I know it. As soon as I get to pick up Undasha to help me cut down some trees. Oh, indolent. Boo, indolency. Died in battle. Ascended to heaven at the age of 43. He died in battle. Though not especially blessed, we hope Bashag will find peace in the afterlife. King Othbug, merely 4 years old. The realm is left in the capable hands of his regent and council. Long live King Othbug. In the era of the Nahaten flu. Your berserker rage left you isolated and surrounded. And as you swing your axe at the nearest foe, an arrow burrows into your shoulder and 2 more dig into your chest. Throwing your shield aside, you wield your axe two-handed and cleave yet another skull before falling to your knees. Moments later, a dozen enemies hurl themselves at you like a pack of rabid dogs, and it is a good day to die. And thus ends the reign of Bashag the Unhappy, who still found no happiness in being the warlord, in being the king of Orsinium. Hopefully, Othbug fares better. Though I do need a better educator. Dragonstar has great stewardship, or should I get some magic into me? Because the magical gameplay in Elder Kings is pretty fun. Summon up skeleton armies, dabble with immortality. Nah, maybe future kid. For now, we got the realm on the mind. Or have my half-sister teach me. She's just as good, but she's also got erudition. She's got just. Just is great. Or Zetatrian just. He got just too. Alright, Buskelis. Except if I have him teach me, that'll increase the risk of getting the Nahaten flu if it comes here. Whereas my sis is already here. Alright, hold up first. Need people who don't hate me. And either way, can't change laws during a regency, can I? You may not change laws during a regency. It is verboten, it is mamnua. Where's he coming to? He's coming up here? Cool. Surprised Mothazog hasn't gotten sick yet. Overlord of where? Of the ostracized. It's fine then. All the commanders will be people I don't care about. Nobody is bringing this back home. Court painter, sure. Or my bro. Keep my bro in backup. And he doesn't hate me yet. Yet. Send you even further out. To old Yakuta. The Nahaten flu approaches. Mobs of new people are arriving from Dragon Gate. Same exact text. How is he not hostile to me? Ash is here. Is there one war? Inquisitorial conflict in Falkranth. Why'd war score go down? Lost control of Bannermist in Bannermist. Where's Bannermist? Wait, they lost Bannermist? Not on my watch. My poor Goblin Ken, though. Wait, how's my Ardor? Down to 6. Just confirms it really does not inherit. Malakath Ascendant. The Stagic Prince revels in their power and authority, as their realm is stable and their mortal servants many. This realm is currently a status quo, with a massive army of Daedra willing and able to fight at a moment's notice, but lacking the cause to do so. May not call us a Daedra, may call Daedric, so same exact thing as interactive. Good, but not perfect. Inherited Heldorm. I don't want Heldorm. Oh, but trying to give Heldorm 2 is gonna be sickly, won't they? Holdorm, was it? Heldorm? Don't tell me it was a favor to me. Okay, good, to Sheriff there to give away rest. He's a malcontent, and still using his favors to get people to vote with him. Okay? I just realized I'm 3 over my vassal limit. What all do I have? Just the area between Balfierla and Torug. Well, nothing's getting given up then, because all this is mine. And when I say mine, I mean mine. I'll take 3 years of tax and true penalty. Morrowind ravaged by Nahat and Flu. An ominous shadow looms over Morrowind, as Nahat and Flu has left little but tragedy in its wake. Even the largest of Morrowind's ancient Dunmer families are barely clinging to existence as casualties pile up. Worshippers of Malakath pack their temples, seeking healing and wondering why something so terrible would ever be allowed to happen. I think the worshippers of Malakath know exactly why terrible things happen. I wouldn't say they revel in it, but they take solidarity in it. Oh my goodness. Nahathan flew throughout Morrowind and Crimson Plague coming out for the Red Mountain. It's got both though, doesn't it? It does. It's got both Crimson Plague and the Nahathan flu. Oh, they really hate the Dunmer. You see what happens when you follow the fake gods, the Tribunal. Are you Typhoid and Nahathan flu here? Nope, just Typhoid so far. Sorry, Falkranth, but due to the nature of ongoing realities, we kind of have to withdraw or support, but you're already at 69% war score, so hopefully all you've got to do is hold fast and maybe declare white peace, or have him declare white peace, because he's getting gutted. And you've also got a peasant revolt in Glade Mist. Where's Glade Mist? So should he really be fighting up here against the Orsimer for plagued lands when he has to defend his own plagued lands? He doesn't look very smart. He's coming up here instead. Well, I've done my part anyway. Inherited Dargard. I don't want Dargard. Who wants Dargard? War Chief of Mark Waston. Let's give you Dargard. And anything below it. Cool. He really is taking that risk, isn't he? I guess that's it for a Falkrenth. Who is she? Don't really care about her, do I? Now Hostin against Yikalon. But dang, a genius. Would have enjoyed playing as her. And she's got a lot of stuff. I was interested in her Elder Council amulet, but she's also got all these books. Where did she get this full library from? I was just gonna say, is this really the time for her to go to war? And then these clowns go to war with me. An 8 Divines rebel rising up in Heldorn, led by a militant. Thedivold of the 8 Divines Uprising has declared Orsimer 8 Divines revolt on King Othbog of Rossinium. Not the time or the place, dummy. Do you not see this plague going on? Well, that's fine, it's gonna kill him out quickly. Because you get no attrition in Plague Lands. Oh no, and it spreads by sea too. Well, if these guys are gonna die anyway, let's put them to use. And I got no free peoples to use. No more organizers I want to command. It's okay. Wait, have I got... Where is my spellbook? Dispel magic only. Sorry, Falkrenth. All we have to do is unsiege Falkrenth's capital, easily. And the war score probably pushes up to 100. Because it's just 16.81% for losing Battermist. He's got this though, doesn't he? How many troops have you got? 222. Easy then. It's right outside our gates. If it jumps from Alkea, the Torug, on the next month, then the gates are going shut. More clever daughters born? Cool. But do we really need more babies at a time like this? Wait, is that spreading even outside the monthly barrier? Don't tell me it's a weekly thing now. Because the update in base CK2 is the first of every month. But that was not the first of the month when it jumped. More raving mobs of 8 divines. Have I got the troops in my capital to do it? Yeah, I do. At least there's that. And you're gonna wear Menvia? Menevia? Fine then, no commanders. Don't want Kagul to bring it back to me. Skyrim ravaged by the Nahatan flu. Skyrim, a land famous for being home to the proud and hardy Nords, has given in to despair as the agonizing effects of the Nahatan flu spread throughout the region. The crisp mountain air, once perfumed by the beds of wildflowers, now reeks of the decaying corpses that line the roads in both Whiterun and both the White River and the River Korth. How even is the revolt risk? What have these guys done? Vampire infestation, revolt risk 3%, 3.5. How about is yours? Giants and religious unrest. Could you guys not have incompetent rulers? Expelling the locals I get. Lycanthrope infestation and expelling locals and incompetent ruler. Chieftain Kamagosh, you got 30 martial, how are you incompetent? Oh my gosh, Kamagosh. And all this way out here as well. Not gonna march my troops all the way out here and then a hot and flu. Oh no. On the very day we got it. That's no fair. Oh, come on. We've got the plague. This beautiful kid is gonna die now. Shut the gates. Even though it's too late for me. Parties of adventurers have been attracted to Urveus recently in search of fame and fortune. During the Nahatan flu, get out of here. She is certain of her conclusion that you were infected with Nahatan flu. Aww. Could I choose which of my kin? I can't mark you as designated heir. That's alright, my bro's cool too. And he's got an okay wife that's also got the blood of Gardner and Tassus. Mary drew a steaming hot bath and told you to climb in the tub. Stay submerged from the neck down until all your toes and fingers are pruned, she states. Bathe in this matter thrice daily until your sentence is past, which has done nothing. Lurgosh has a plague. Toss her out then. Then again, I had the plague. A malaise, a cough. That's a malaise, right? Fatigue and a cough. It is possible to survive it. It's just a very strong disease, so it's guaranteed you won't. Make a friend. Let me make a friend. I wish to make a friend in these trying, dying times. Andarash. Alerted by a growing feeling of itchiness, you are appalled to notice the appearance of a bright red rash on your body. Alas, a rash. A genius son. Maybe it would be a good thing then if I die, and have my brother take over, And then my nephew becomes eventual king. Oh, but you've only got... Dang, really? Just y'all and Ijurun's blood? See, I've got all the blood. I've got Gardener. I've got Tassus. So I might not be a genius, but I've already collected the blood that they're trying to collect. If it goes through me, that'll be all the easier. Oh no, he's got plague too, I can tell. He's got the fever. I can't sacrifice him to Malakat though. He wants a ransom. Doesn't care. Fine then. Release him. And execute? They don't want him executed, all because of Wayrest being a malcontent that he is. Fine then, where's Wayrest? My counselor? Chancellor? My court painter likes me. In the sense that she's a loyalist. And now everyone's fine with me executing people. Ransom? No. Release them. Wait, you two have no bloodlines, do you? No cool bloodlines? No cool bloodlines? Then ransom you both out. And more 8 Divines Uprisings. But at least this fellow's got his own armies. Fever. You could have 4 ailments. I thought 3 was the max. 3 ailments, then you get the illness. Oh no. Jolette hosts claim on Falkrenth as well. And that is not an Orsimer name. Well, goodbye to Falkrenth. You are exhausted. Your body aches, your eyes water, and a red, granular rash covers your body. You have contracted Nahaten flu. -8 health! That's what makes it so deadly. But strong gives +1 health, so really just -7. It's just on the strength of, it's just rabies now. It's just the equivalent of Reagan Plabies, Plague and Rabies. And then +2 health for excellent symptom treatment. Your court physician, Mary of Triteator, has come to see you and offers treatment for your illness. She explains there are several different types of treatment she could offer. Well, considering she's got 26 learning, and is an experienced mage, and a master sorcerer, give us a spell of cure disease, or an enchanted scroll. Expensive, but almost never fail. Yeah, but she's got... Costs no money, but chance of success depends entirely on the skills of the physician. And she's got the skills. Mary stood a meter or so away from you, facing you with both arms raised. She unleashed a healing spell upon you. But, not noticing any effects, Mary frowned and used a different spell on you. Cure disease didn't work, she says, but I fortified your health, which might work almost as well. Health +3. That's good then. Because whether or not this thing kills you, any disease kills you, it's all down to health. And it's a mild illness too. Thank you, Mary. So, the Nahaten flu has -8 health. Deadly, oh no. But then strong, +1 health, mild illness plus 1 health, that's plus 2 so far, and plus 3 health, that's plus 5. So Nahat Flu only has a total effect of plus or minus 3 health on me. And that's about on par with Crimson Plague or the other minor epidemics. Dangerous, but not instantly fatal. Who wants raising? Not me. My other brother? From another mother? Let's raise you for combat, bro. And who wants a wrestling time like this? Blaine. What does Blaine want? To claim Camelorn? Nah, he's fine as is. Short commanders? Oh well. Isn't the time for commanders anyway. Stuart? Donna Stuart? Sis, you're it. When the time comes for you to be free. For now we all sit and wait. The rash has dissipated, and I'm feeling like I'm back to normal again. I have survived my battle with the Nahat Flu. Excellent, Othbug. Warring reports have reached you regarding your ward chief, Chieftain Glotzug. It seems he's been using your soldiers to extort money from the peasants in Torug. In Torug? In my capital? He has forfeited his office then. North Point, are you to be ward chief then and show these Orsimer how they're supposed to behave themselves? If it is embarrassment for the ward chief to be a Breton of all people, well then, that is their obligation to find the strength to surpass those expectations and become greater than he is. Do I dare punish Kazgur? Raven is Kazgur, all the way out here. Nah, forget it, it can slide for now. Inherited Dragon Star, oh no. And other titles. Well, he still exists. Cool. So peasant leader. Did you hold in the past? No, he didn't. Must be a failed peasant leader that was just kicked out after losing his war eventually. And just one malcontent to oppose it. Oh well, what's he gonna do? Alright, and Lankara. Dragon Tail? How would you like Lankara and everything held below it? Cool, cool. And only, air quotes, only 3 over my demand limit. A coven of vampires has appeared in Bahrain. Peasants and travelers are disappearing, and city dwellers on the edge of are on edge about a possible infiltration or attack. And all done. While I'm here though, while we're waiting, with nothing but time. Dang, all this stuff is expensive. Well, that's alright. What the Direni left me is pretty good as it is. Way rest? Anything you should give me? A small farm. Put the essential workers to work, while the rest of us hide. What's my per month earnings? I'm losing money. How am I losing money? From what? From mercenaries. I don't really need the mercenaries right now, do I? 4.46 a month for 600 troops. It's not worth the money. Oh, and that's it. Wait, who's here? Oh, wait, that's the, Is that vassals? Should have vassals up. Well, at least I didn't inherit any Warsome Landcatter or Dragon Tail. Cool. Well, if nothing else, it is starting to wane. It started off in Mirkwood, spread throughout Morrowind, and now it's dissipating there. I try to get a good night's sleep, but I am tormented by horrible recurring nightmares of our people. The pleas for help and the hurtful words begin to get me. Open the gates and help them? Not yet. We just want to survive. And now, dangerous factions? At a time like this. Oh, because it's you two. Of course you two would gang up together. And you're a divine, so an infidel would not accept any marriage. You're Alakir, so of course infidel would not accept any marriage. Even though you have a free wife. Don't you? No? Won't accept marriage? What about your little girl? To me, will not consider offers from infidels. Bah! I am his heir, but at 41 years of age, we're not going to inherit it. Because you're too young to die from old age. He's got a camel, cute. A single-humped camel native to the deserts of Hammerfell. Long-legged, furred beasts are better adapted to environs of their homeland, and have found wide usage among the Redguard. Cute. Cyrodiil ravaged by Nahatan flu. You don't say. Death is haunting Cyrodiil, the land of the Imperials. The densely packed cities that were once considered beacons of civilizations have transformed into death traps filled with rotting, diseased corpses. Lake Rumer, the Niben River, and other waterways are clogged with barges full of refugees seeking to flee from the epidemic. And the roads are strewn with the forsaken belongings of panicked travelers. And more uprisings. Well, whose domain is that? That's on, Blaine? The Blaine can't handle that. What if I started distributing peoples to you? And then make it your responsibility, cousin. Except now he's only got 281 troops. And 100 for his vassals below him. So that's not going to help him out either. Oh well. What's a little uprising now and again? And I've got some depopulation going. Phrygius? Cousin? How would you like a little bit of Phrygius? Cousin does hate me, so I do kind of have to get on his good side too. What say? My cousin's son, and not me, no, sadly. And my sister? Who's the youngest sister I have? 6 years of age? Fine. Just get that defensive pact going, or that non-aggression pact. Elsewhere, ravaged by Connaught and flu. Trade routes across Tamriel are suddenly losing much of their business, and the reason is known. Word is coming in that elsewhere and its great cities have been swept by the Nahathan flu. As bloodied corpses fill the once busy streets of the sprawling Khajiiti cities, horrified officials have turned to razing whole neighborhoods in an effort to stop the spread of the disease. It is lots of red crab, boy. Nahathan flu is pretty much the Elder Scrolls equivalent to the plague. Not even just for the game, for the mod I mean. In lore history, it ravaged about a fair bit. But it's ending. Maybe. Morrowind slowly recovering. So it might start waning out in Skyrim, then High Rock. But the trouble is, Morrowind's all the way on the opposite side of the planet. Well, not the planet, the continent. I think technically Alinor was the last one to get it, but still. It's gonna take ages to dissipate here, all the way to here. High Rock, Ravage, Nahathan flu. You think? Thanks for telling me. Death comes to all. And in High Rock, this has become all too true as the land plays host to the dreaded Nahathan flu. Commoners and nobles alike are perishing in record numbers, and the once lucrative Iliac Bay is now the escape route of choice for hundreds of jam-packed refugee vessels. Even the greatest of the region's questing and crusading Breton heroes are at a loss for how to alleviate the people's suffering. Breton heroes? Never heard of them. Dragonstar again? Could you guys not die for 1 second? Just give it to Lankara. Except you've got the plague too. Or the flu. As do you. You don't. Yet. Heldorn. Is Heldorn part of Dragonstar? No, it's not. You're Scraven. Mary? Give it to Mary? Nah. Dude, not only are you a master mage with good learning, so maybe you had the means to control the disease among the population, but a necromancer. And necromancers must love this condition. Corpses all over the place. Is it thousands upon thousands of dead peasants and nobles alike, or is it thousands upon thousands of free, non-attrition, skeletal troops and warriors? Aw, can't give it to you because you're opposed. Alright, Malcontent, let's get rid of you then. Any loyalist? No loyalists? There's a loyalist in Dragon Wall who has the flu, and thus will die in a few months. But that's okay, because either way, I get his support for as long as he lives. And even then I lose him anyway, since he'll be a vassal of him. And transfer Lankara to you. Where's Lankara? Alright, and now I need a new war chief. Dodgard. Dragonstar is now a loyalist. But with your stats, should I make you my Lord Keeper instead? You do have better Lord Keeper stats. Maybe I should make you my Lord Keeper, and my court mage. Eight commanders. I'm short 8 commanders from all the death going on. Hearthwife. But Shaluka's not my wife. Master of Ceremonies, where's my brother? Bro? No, bro? Fine then. Got plenty of sisters for the role. Allies in war. Oh, that's right, we had this going on, didn't we? That revolt that I forgot about, and he's got the flu anyway. If nothing else, at least all these constant 8 divine revolts means getting more prestige and a butt ton of favor. And the Colovian estates really want to warn Falkreath instead of dealing with their own business down here. Madness. Your Lord Keeper, Dugarob, has brought you some troubling news. Words are spreading that a coven of mages worshipping Boethia are the root cause of the terrible epidemic ravaging your realm. High Chief Durgob encourages you to look into these rumors. Horrifying news indeed. Investigate this for me, Durgob. Either way, you get unrest until this is resolved. And if you don't resolve it, very big rips on you. High Chief Durgob brought you an alarming amount of people who claim to have witnessed strange lights and noises. The hallmarks of spells emanating from caves. If you are to believe their accounts, the allies of Ebenarm are many, and pose a great threat to your realm. Durgob, you must find these mages before it's too late. Warn the court. Everyone must stay vigilant. Or, I already have my suspicions. Take the opportunity to denounce someone you dislike as belonging to the vile cult. But Durgob, I am but a wee baron of 7, and you are my very trusted Lord Master. And not at all a cruel and ruthless drunkard who might have ambitions of his own. Please find these mages before it's too late. Oh my, Balfiera's level 2 significant depopulation. But hey, flu epidemic's a perfect time to do some archaeological excavations. Shaluka has told you something quite unsettling. Apparently, she has reason to believe that Princess Shebeg is a cultist. She claims to have found condemning scriptures in Shebeg's chambers, suggesting she is not a true servant of Malakath. My own sister, could it be? You must be right, Shaluka. We will have her imprisoned. The Lady Birth sign, baptized under the Lady Stars. The Lady shall fortify in quest for glory. Ooh, bonus health and diplomacy. But no bloodlines, come on. Then a war chief and a steward. Alright, Heldorn. Heldorn and who else? Oh, my bro is 16 years of age now. But I have so few good stewards. We'd be better. Let's change our position. Where is... I can't change council position? Because you're secluded with the courtiers. Fine then, for the time being, my aunt shall be steward. Siege failure? That's not my business, though. Oh, I see. I do own a city here somehow. I don't know how, but apparently I do. After a thorough investigation, High Chief Durgob has come to the conclusion that Asiene is most likely the cultist in your court. 27 years of age. But that would have put the blood of Bravilus and Farangel into my brother's line. But she does follow the 8 divines, so clearly, and is of the cult of Magnus. So clearly, she doesn't follow Malakath. Imprison her. The Queen Mother has used her considerable influence to step in as her regent. May the realm benefit from her wisdom and experience. I don't know though, she's only got 8 stewardship. Oh, is that how it works then? If she becomes my steward or my regent, it automatically makes her forge wife. Huh, weird. But no, now I'm 4 over my vassal limit. Thanks, Mom. Random courtier is not a true follower of Malakath. Oh no. She says, no. You, 13-year-old girl, are claiming that our court physician Mary is a cultist. That is preposterous. Mary is Malakath's faithful servant. Valenwood ravaged by Nahatan flu. Cries ring out from the forests of Valenwood. Nahatan flu stalks beneath the canopy and creeps in the highest tree branches, like an inescapable predator with an insatiable appetite. No matter where the Bosmer, Imga, and other tree climbers flee, the ravages of Nahatan flu follow, and the underbrush is stained with the blood of dead bodies. Speaking of which, oh, I don't see clouds of stuff up here. Well, of course, Northwood, or North Point, gets freed of flu before I do. But at least it means that it is starting to fade away. My nephew had the amulet of the Elder Council added to his inventory just because his mom died. Or somebody died. Dang. Can I take it from you? Maybe I should join the Elder Council. Now that we might have ambitions on unifying Tamriel. Hammerfell ravaged by Nahatan flu. Panic rising as Nahatan flu destroys the lives of victims across Hammerfell. As the streets of its glimmering cities run red with blood, bands of terrified Redguards and other residents are retreating into the hastily planned camps of the mountains and the desert sands, hoping to wait out the epidemic by avoiding its wrath. Time will tell if such plans will work. But reports are that many of these camps are falling victim to the Nahatan flu. And more, free, 100 prestige, 200 favor, and more authority for Malakath. How old am I now? 8 years old? 8 years old. 8 more years of Regency to go? Only 86%. How come? partial control in more or lessy. You're not zealous, but you hate me. Demand too big, want seat on council, foreigner, infidel, Orsimer. Orsimer am I? And more uprisings, sure. And not only is it bonus prestige in favor, but it prevents the too long at peace modifier from triggering. Chieftain Gaz has told you something quite unsettling. Apparently, he has reason to believe that Forge Mother Edwina is a cultist. He claims to have found condemning scriptures in Edwina's chambers. My mother! He's claiming that my mother is not a true follower of Malakat. That is my mom. She gave me the blood of Bravilis and blood of Farangel. Preposterous. The Judgment Day has arrived. It is time to deal with those who have consorted with the Ebon Arm and threatened your realm. What will you do? Well, who is the witch? My brother's wife. Light the pyres. Peasant unrest will be removed from all of your domain, at the cost of Asiene being burnt alive in an unfair and unjust witch hunt. Let them rot in the dungeons, which do not ruin the modifier, but permit me to do as I will later, or teach them about Malakat's great mercy. Releases her. Monthly favor plus 0.10. No, light the pyres. An adventurer from Urias has visited the court offering their services. They could be a master knight, blade, pilgrim, monk, priest, thief, bard, warrior, knight, battle major, mage. Or could be a mere expert or below. We have no need of their services. And check it. We burnt the clear cultist consort to the stake, and already the plague is starting to dissipate. Cause and effect for the superstitious peasants. Alinor, ravaged by the Nahatan flu. Not even the isolationist ways of the Altmer could protect their islands. Nahatan flu has reached the shores of Alinor and decimated the populace. Mages all over the islands are attempting to mitigate the Nahatan flu's damage and save the ailing populace, but their efforts seem to be in vain, as many are falling ill themselves. Inherited Heldorn? I don't want Heldorn. Didn't I just give Heldorn up a while ago? Well, first, Fergius, gonna give it to you, because I'm way too over. And Heldorn was here, huh? And that belongs to Skaven. And I do kind of want Skaven, Lancaster, Dragonstar, maybe Valley of Scars to all be one vassal, so fine, then I'll give it to you then. Not you. To you then. Who am I missing? War Chief again. Yeah, K-Blaine. Just don't disappoint me. Narrator. You disappointed me. Gonna be a few more months till I can open my gates. 1,700. Oh, that is unfair. Magister, what happened to... Oh, he finally bit it. But he was such a good necromancer. That's no fair. Oh well. Oh, we won already. That was quick. And how's my armies looking? 178 armies is what I have so far, out of a possible 262. Dang. I have pathetic potential guardians now. Ah well. Content or shy is better than nothing. Unless I have other possible people to invite in. Nobody's good? That's the best I have. How are my stats? It's gonna be mediocre if I'm not careful. And the only trait I have is stressed. Stubborn, gregarious, chaste. Ambitious, lustful. Let's get some lust into me, I guess. Assign Guardian. The best possible steward we have. Pirates recently hit Balfiera. What, if they want to get sick, that's on them. Getting closer. Could I move capital two-way rest? Oh, I can't because I'm at war. I'm surprised it's still holding on. And he won against the invading, not claimant war, the host war? That's incredible. All he's got to do is unsiege this, and he wins. Immediately. $87 troops? Sure. But I can't call them up to it, can I? Because it's not my war. Oh well. Inherited Toruk's Folly. I don't want Toruk's Folly. But if he's gonna give me all of these for free, what are these? Are the event troop? Special event troops. Huh. Huh. Curious. Your hunting dog needs proper training if he's to perform well during the hunts. I have a hunting dog. Dude, I have a Hammerfell camel. Where did that come from? And a stray mutt. A stray mutt of unknown provenance. Unknown provenance indeed. Where'd that guy come from? Map of Nirn. Chances Folly had those already. Where did all of these come from? Oh, is it because everyone's dying left and right? And because everyone's dying, eventually the artifacts have to get inherited somewhere. A strongbox. A An all-metal chest for keeping valuables safe. Offers some protection, gets the theft of non-worn artifacts, cool. Orcish armor was going to use, we got so many armor now. How does Orcish armor compare to Superior Steel? Personal Combat 8, Martial 1, Martial 3, so Orcish wins out again. Aelid armor. A suit of Aelid armor. The Aelids of old favored a mixed approach to their armor, having been made during a time when their kin had established their hegemony over much of Tamriel, thanks in part to their superior magical skills. Aelid armor provides decent protection, but the main bonus of the armor is a magical enchantments on the armor, granting the wearer increased magical potency. Learning 1, Martial 1, Martial 3, so nah. But I'm sure Malakath will love it. Malakath's gonna love all of these armors and give it to him. An ebony ring, general opinion +4, sex appeal +4. A deep black ring, wrought from the purest ebony, and polished to an almost mirror-like sheen. Extremely rare, this highly prized ornamental jewelry is often seen adorned at the hands of one of the richest nobles in all of Nirn. And I think I know exactly who would want this ebony black ring. An Orcish sword, Martial +3. Martial +1, Personal Combat 9 for Superior Silver. Glass sword, Martial 4, Personal Combat 14. Who? Though it does mean losing out on the Superior Silver Sword's bonuses against the undead and lycanthropes. The Altmare were the first race on Nirn to forge weapons and armor from the rare volcanic mineral known as malachite or glass. When malachite is spun or folded with other metals or minerals such as moonstone favored by the Altmare, it can be used to create a blade with an edge much finer than any steel-based weapon. It also happens to be visually appealing. Ebony sword is Martial +4, Combat Skill +16. So Ebony beats out on glass, take that elves. Ebony is a volcanic mineral found only where the lava flows of Red Mountain once reached. Blades forged of this material are sturdier, lighter, and sharper than almost any other weapon native to Nirn. Chances Folly, Buying Game, Diplomacy 1, Stewardship a whopping 3, and National Tax +10%. This trade manual from Abadel Teamsar Daddysun describes commerce as a game that everyone can win, and includes suggestions with how to interface with merchants, what to look for, what to say, and knowing the right circumstances for making a purchase. Cool. See, there are benefits to having a hot and flu. Ravage your lands. Alright, superior Yakuten armor. Just Martial +2, Personal Combat Skills +10. When I've already got Orcish armor for Martial 3, Personal Combat 8. A suit of Yakuten armor. The ancient Yakutens took great pride in their martial prowess, and such pride is reflected in the designs of their armor. Light yet sturdy, flowing yet unyielding. A set of Yakuten armor is rare and useful heirloom to any family. This set is superior in its make. Oh, well, that tells me that Malakath is going to love it. Train my dog, one under quarantine. Who wants marriage now? Alright, you're Varun Gehenna Evermore Gladovadon, and you want to marry my half-sister. Okay, maintain that non-aggression pact with my large vassals. Everyone losing it to me? Come on, we even sacrifice a cultist. There we go, it's more like it. Sis needs an education. Other sis needs an education. How's my education? Pathetic. Why does it keep going back to mom? I changed my guardian to this excellent person here. Quit changing back. Mom, or I'll marry you off again. Anti-cleric war for Cordon's claim on Tulune. Really? Really? You've only got that little. Were you forced by a favor? They were forced by a favor, weren't they? Finally! Freedom! The plague is out of the capital. Still in my domain, but the capital's all that matters. Friends are important. You can't play knights and peasants without other people. Ask a Radam courtier to be my friend. And maybe, if she's decent enough, friend to more than friend. She didn't want to be my friend and made fun of me instead. The meanie! In the past months, you have been spending a lot of time outside, training your trusty hunting dog. You find that the combination of daily physical exercise and fresh air are doing wonders for your health and constitution. Tricky? Catch? Oh, I couldn't name the dog, but it automatically got the name Tricky. That is cute. Oh. Yeah, Falkreath is gone now. Elnahir? That's not Valley of Scars. You're not my orcish neighbor. What happened? Inherited. Conquered as leaders in uprising. Oh no, poor lad. And whose court are you in now? Ravenspring? That's one of mine, right? I could conquer it back for him. "51 troops only. Youch. That's alright, my vassals got this. Governor Grubdosh of Falkreath has lost. Big ouches. At least it's somewhat historical. Colovian estates going back and forth with Falkreath's control. How's my defensive pact? Am I still threatening? I'm only 15% threatening, cool. Granted, I don't have the OP Warlord Casaspelli, but that's alright. I don't need it. Got enough money and favor for inquisitorial wars. A Toxicite, hello to you. Just missed the coming and going and then a hot and flu. And young Othbog here actually caught it. But thanks to good health bonuses, wasn't as deadly as it should have been. Granted though, because they're only a 10-year-old boy, under regency, and just had disease ravage the entire world, the troops are going to be minimal for the next few years. Your faithful hunting dog is always around, and always happy to see you. It is good to have such a faithful friend and lost my stress. It surprises me at first that things can hold together so well under a kid, but even in base Crusader Kings 2, with a decent enough council on your side, there's not really much danger to you. And if your court is minimal, just essential people and relatives, that's less chance of getting a knife in your back. $20 gold only. Ah well. Who to war on now? Dania? Scarhammer? Can definitely use it. Enemy torn apart by Prepared Invasion of Skyrim. From Snowhawk. Should I? I got these 600 event troops. My vassals, against all of them. A scripted event, where if your child was a leader of the Orsinium it falls apart. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I've only been the ruler for like 6 years now. Got the throne when I was 4 years old. Oh, that is dangerous then. I suppose we'll see then, huh? There's still 6 years left to see if it does fall apart. I saw Glacia being chided publicly for stealing food from the personal stores of the king. But I know she was elsewhere at the time. My chancellor being chided? Could it be more Gra Ungruk is making lies? Lita timid, or speak up for her, speak up for her. Well, in all fairness, I didn't intend to die in battle. Thought for sure that King Bashag had a few years left in him. But it's a fitting end for him anyway. The man spent so much of his life trying to fill his father's shoes. Found no happiness in it, till eventually turned to being a warlord and a berserker. So at least, he did the one thing his dad could not and found death in battle. And perhaps then, happiness in death. Robbie, good morning. Morning still for the next 28 minutes. What, she's my regent? Her stewardship's even worse. You can't tell your regent to leave, but you can marry her off. Not Torsinium. Nobody outside the court wants her. I can't marry her off after all. Oh no. Really, nobody wants a cute regent with 20 intrigue? Making a stage, fantastic. Been visiting a few islands, right? And mine tends to be more compact with the whole put village here, put nature there. And everyone else look amazing. Like, Kyoryu Hunter pretty much has a whole dinosaur island going on there, it's amazing. And everyone else is such nice pavilions and promenades. Gotta say, I am loving what I see with people's stuff. But if no one wants to marry her, then I'm stuck with her. A wheelchair. I do have a spare wheelchair, and could order some more. And then a court mage, that's right, forgot. Who shall we MC? A relative? My aunt? Mom? Why does Mom keep being my, I don't want her to be my guardian. Just for that, Mom. Gonna marry you off to somebody else. I didn't want to do this, Mom, but you keep getting in my way. I've got such fine educators too, like Urog here, to teach me to be an ambitious, lusty, and patient steward. It's gonna be messing up my education. 11 years old and only 9 stewardship. The marshal's okay. But this is beyond the Rumble Marshal. This is stewardship level now. Bam. Wayrest's new capital. Typhoid. Typhoid always gets to us though. Elitism. We could have elitism as a tech. Improve relations with our noble and upper strata populates. Nah. Legalism first. Always need more legalism. Still can't do laws. For the next 6 years. Troops? Potential troops is almost to 4 digits. Getting there, recovering at least. Let's make you steward. 31's good. Chancellor. Oldgate. Let's have Oldgate be our Chancellor. Now that plague isn't an issue. Rose fine. And speaking of not being an issue, the Imperial Isle no longer has a Knahaten Flu, do they? Nope. Knahaten Flu is gone. By the eastern lands, Toxicite, do you mean like Morrowind and Argonia, or do you mean east? Because the last time I played, like way back in 2016 or 2017, I did end up conquering the entire continent. Everything from Yakuta to Tamriel to Alanor to Pyandania. But I couldn't quite get access to Akavir. Like I'd even conquer up here, but just didn't have the diplomatic range to push across the islands. But that was an ancient build. Almost half a decade ago now. And I already figured that alright. We have our homeland. We have a land for the orcs. That's goal 1 down. But there's always going to be threats to us, and the people of Tamriel are always going to be in conflict. Might as well bring peace, and unify the continent by taking over the Isle, then the realm, and become their rightful Green Emperors. But if that gives CB2 to Akavir, I have never been able to invade Akavir. I would love to invade Akavir. All the more reason then to eventually push my way to Lake Rumer. Strange anomalies have been sighted in Wayrest. Reports claim they are magical in nature, and as such, we'll need the help of Mages' organization to take care of them. A Mages' organization? Like the Mages Guild? E-Key Guild Quest 195 accept. Sweet. We've also got lots of cash to burn. Merchant port for small tax income, trade value, trade route, trade well. And still can't get anything here. What do you need? Staffed Ray Shrines 3, vegetable gardens. And you need Staffed Ray Shrines 3. What about you, quarantine rooms? Staffed Way Shrines 3. Is that a tech? Staffed Way Shrines? No. Wilderness Shrine. Magical arts greater than or equal to 1. Construction 2. Construction 3. Magical arts 2. Ah, but magical arts takes away from realism. Which is fine though. Knahaten Flu came in wet, so shrines are not as important for physical health. Pirates again. If only we could do a navy. What, who you? Hafengar? Join the defensive pact when I'm only 8% threatening. Ask for help. Oh, right. I'm down all the commanders. A wise woman. The wise woman is a mother of a chieftain, and is generally an individual who has studied alchemy, herbalism, and the various arcane arts for decades. Oh, she's back. Did they get rid of you, Mom? They did get rid of her. Aw, that's cute. That weird buggy thing where if you betroth your son to some woman or marry him off, he'll leave court for a nanosecond, divorce them all, break all betrothals, and come back with a random spouse. And apparently, if that happened to you, Mom, because I married you off, you left, and now you're back here, did they break your marriage instantaneously with strange RNG scissors? Or did you get divorced, getting too old in age? The Cult of Gilligag. How to look you up? I could check the ledger to see how the faith is doing on an authority and size level. They have 0 realms, nothing else. Character finder, maybe? Cult? Can't search like that. Religion? They'd be my religious group, wouldn't they? Oh wait, no. No to join court, or ready to join court. There are Gilligaggers. Jigalag, also called the Prince of Order, is a Daedric prince whose sphere is order and uniformity. In times before recorded history, Jigalag has grown in power, and the other Daedric princes have grown fearful and jealous of him. They cursed him to live as Shogorath, the incarnation of the thing he hated most, madness. He was, however, allowed to return to his true form at the end of every era, in order to retake the Shivering Isles from his mad alter ego, in an event known as a Grey March. However, once this was done, Jigalag transformed back into Shogorath, starting the cycle again. They can order adult unlettered courtiers to take vows. They allow women to hold temple holdings. No penalty against female rulers and heirs, opinion-wise. Fairly weak rulers can prepare invasions. Fleets can navigate major rivers. They can designate any invalid offspring as heir. There is, and can exist no ruler's head, and it is considered a fringe religion. Beyond that, I don't know if it's any more unique than any other Oblivion faith. In regards to, like, interacting with their prince. Well, it is a labor of love that has been in development for years and probably will be for years long since, so things get updated and improved as they happen, I suppose. Just amazing that it's become this amazing over the years. Who's even in the pack right now? Everyone here. Hafengar. 2 Hafengars? Did you get taken over by Reachman? You did get taken over by Reachman. What happened to you? Created just this year, a few months ago. And you're worried about me, Hafengar. How's Volcair doing? Harkin still exists. Serena's imprisoned. Oh, by East March. Huh. Well, the cool thing is he still lives. Back when I played ages back, Harkin was quick to be assassinated. But cool, cool. Wait, you're telling me we have a necromancer here, a master mage necromancer with 25 learning, and he's only got 1,000 event spawn troops. You would think that after all this time in game, he'd have like 10,000 by now. Cause that's the appeal of necromancy, getting your undead warriors periodically, every time your magicka replenishes. What do I want? Who do I want? 3 counties in Skaven? Can I do an Inquisitorial war against you? I could. But just one or the other. And Diana. Could get 1, 2, 3 here, but not Cambria, can I? Though I should take Cambria. The choices. Or to go against Clovian Estates. Cause all you have is 394 troops. And maybe 2,000 from your vassals. Falkreath, back for the orcs. Though it's deadly if I go with an Inquisition, because that means all this bright pink to join in with him. Might have to wait on that then. Scarhammer, what do you spread across? The Reach, Scarhammer, Volskig. Though if I do take the Reach from you, I can't, because I can't reach the Reach. I'd have to take Dragon Star or Volskig first, then border this. Or just Conquest then. Small Conquest here, 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 here. Inch my way closer to Colovia. Ooh, enjoy the push-ups and the workout. Should be loads of fun. Belkarth, I guess. Would you belong to Belkarth? To Volk, no. Maybe I'll make all of this one vassal. Everything from Elenthyr to Skaven. Yeah, could work out. Little mountainous vassal here. The one more perhaps for this area, and another for the primary part of Hammerfell. That could work out. Okay, Belkarth, you have the honor of being the first territorial acquisition for young Othbulk since he's taken power. Oh, you have allies, do you? You got loads of allies in Skaven and at Leyland. Wait, no you don't. Oh, that's right. Defensive Pact. How quickly I've forgotten. Leyland's got 100 dudes, Skaven's got 500 dudes, Hador's got 300, and I have 100, a potential 5,000 for my allies, 5555, event spawn 628. Alright, I could take him. Though it does mean pushing my defensive pact further out to one of these dudes, and do I want that just yet? How's Scarhammer looking as an attractive target? 900. And 800 from the allies. Alright, I kind of want to take Dragon Star back anyway. Let's go. Pragmatus says, the opponent is too strong for us to take on. And he calls himself my lore keeper. He has so little faith in me. Alright, right. I got sidetracked. I need commanders. 81 years of age, North Point. Get in, Annie's infirm. 81 years old, infirm, and leading my troops. 22, cool. More relatives. My half-brother. Definitely man. Lankara, put you in as well. Way Rust, now you're too old. I say, having put an 81-year-old North Point as commander. A special tithe from Way Rest. 2.1 gold, incredible. Oh no. One moment you're shivering, the next you're sweating. And overall you feel awful. Could it be typhoid again? Slow fever. It is currently suffering a typhoid epidemic. But if I survive Nahaten flu, I can survive this one too. In order to treat your symptoms, Mary brought you a freshly baked pie. It is an old recipe, she says. Livestock herders out on long treks wear a bite for hurting sickness. Aww, now that she likes me a little, she's given me pie to feel better from illness. I'm glad I hired Mary. And right after her pie, abdominal pain. Mary, what have you done? This is now advanced to food poisoning. Nope, slow fever. Health -3. Which is okay. Health +1 for good symptom treatment. Strong. Spell of cure disease, please, Mary. Successful experimental treatment. Health +3. Health -3, health +1. It is almost as if the illness does not exist. It has been wholly cancelled out. The Rift wants his grandson and my 34-year-old mother to be betrothed. Blood of the 500 Companions, the first era warriors that sailed for the frozen lands of Atmora to visit the swift, bloody vengeance upon the Falmer of Skyrim for the Night of Tears. Must be a Reachman, a Nord, an Imperial. Huh. Well, my mother's not caused me a problem anyway. She's doing okay now. And I still can't marry off my regent? Decline. Mom's mom. I can't get rid of my mom. She's my mom. And I have no childship traits at all. How does that even happen? I'm going to be entirely mediocre as an adult when I grow up. Lost a commander, but not 81-year-old North Point, 82-year-old North Point, no. Somebody else died of some other cause. 42, hold on. 42 Marshal. Dude. You deserve being War Chief now. Military technology spread rate 210%. Let's do it. Nah, train the troops. Because I'm kind of short on it. Okay, who should I marry? Are there any kids in my court that have more bloodlines on them? Family has bloodlines, but its bloodlines already have boring stuff. Got those all already. Not. Can't marry my bros. Right then. Maybe just search for the women. Who has cool and interesting bloodlines? Nobody else has cool or interesting bloodlines? Tudor the Great? That's my great-great-grandpa. I already got his blood. How about this? What if I just look for people to marry? That aren't ancient. Oh, nobody's got cool blood for me to marry? And only old babushkas from Racinium want to marry me? Untino Volsky, captured in battle, now my prisoner. What happened to my 1,000 troops I had here? Just vanished right before the battle. That is suspicious. Alright, one by one, everyone to me. The sooner I come of age and lose this horrible Demez limit, the better. An adventurer, gathering men for an attack on my territory, finally. %. Almost ready to capitulate? Or nah? Gonna make me march all the way over. Typhoid fever? More like gonfoid fever. 87. When do you lock in? Tomorrow? Okay, take them on. Yay, we have one. Does that significantly impact my threat level? Threat. 6.7%. No, it doesn't. So I could stick to small conquest instead. But this kid all goes to you. And they're all for it. Because they all owe favors. To you. Well, they wouldn't have to owe him a favor anyway, because they all agree I am vastly over my limit. But if he wants to exhaust his one favor, then sure. Finally, now that is a regent. With 19 stewardship. Which means I'm still only 1 over. Well, 3 over. Let me see something. Scarhammer. Can't declare war, because I'm in your boundaries, right? Forgot about that. So who next, and how bad is my defensive pact? Not too bad, not too bad. Think Skaven's gonna be the safe bet? Chip away at you some? Except they have a vampire infestation, furious peasants, magical anomalies, and cats exterminated. What barbarians. 12 years of age. Born on the 9th of Sun's Dusk, so gonna be 13 soon, 3 more years. 3 more years of being a wee bairn. Let's take Belkarth. That way it's just one place. One place to siege down and not the entirety of Skaven or the entirety of Helra. Although Helra is just tribal. Belkarth, let's take Belkarth. They're all opposed to Belkarth. Because they all owe favor to a Glory Hound. Skaven then? You all just want Skaven? The Pragmatists is opposed because they're too strong apparently. But now you're all for it. Well, taking the heart of Skaven would. It would impact their troop strength, wouldn't it? Because you own Skaven. Yeah, alright. Skaven it is. And everyone to me, you know the rules. Clickety clickety clack. Anybody else on the uptake? My cousin had a typhoid? Who are you? Commander? It's alright, I got so many commanders. Is this really all I have for this war? Because those are tiny numbers. No other slackers. Somebody's slacking. Easy war, easy life. Mom! Mom, you're embarrassing me again. Look, I was kind enough not to get you married out to the filthy Nords of Riften. The least you can do is, you know, let my rulership rule. Back down to 4 over my demand limit, Mom. Wondrous news. Our tax collectors in Uravius have reported that the riches pouring out from the local ruins have allowed them to collect an unusually hefty levy, and have sent me the fruits of their labor. What do we have here? Chance of gold, or more gold. Or a sum of gold or random loot. Or copper ring and so on and so on. A ring of happiness added to my treasury. Where's that ring of happiness? General Peony plus 5, sex appeal plus 3. Sorry, Silver Ring, but you are out. All about the Ring of Happiness now. A silver ring with a relatively unremarkable sapphire-looking gem. Despite its unassuming appearance, the ring fills you with a great sense of happiness and contentment. There are rumors the ring originates from the Daedric Prince Yoggorath, and may be a hidden trap, leading one into the depths of manic insanity. Oh no. Well, I really hope not. But the artifact will quote-unquote protect the bearer from certain negative traits such as depressed and stressed. This is gonna be a trap, isn't it? A new artifact added beyond the last time I played. Well, heck, even if it's a trap. 1. Depressed and stressed are killers for stewardship. And 2, if it is a curse, the new content is new content at least. Must see all the things. Alakir Uprising. Can handle that. Yay, we have 1. Let's give you more land. And heck, if the Alakir want to give me another free set to prestige and favor, by all means. I won't tell them no. Alright, special event troops. I guess that's one benefit in the Hot and Flu, not just all the artifacts that filter down to me, but the event troops too. Are you 2 Skavens or the same Skaven? Same Skaven. Hera next. Gonna keep leading my own troops with this. Well, my vassal's troops, at any rate. And to the old click, everyone on me again. Is that it? No allies in this war? No? Don't tell me that she left the defensive pact at the worst possible time. My threat is gone. Alright, I can dig it. I want to see attack again. 32 this year. Next month. And where are you hiding? In Glenumbra. Oh no. That's alright, he's a whiles away. And I've got gold for mercenaries anyway. Fulvale, Fulvale's host, declared Fulvale's conquest of Daggerfall. Oh right, that's the issue. You're not attacking me, you're attacking all the way right near yourself. How many troops do you have? 1,000 only. Simple. Not even sweating. Crew? Where's my crew? There they are. And give you 2. What do I see? Hi, Chief Lankara. Oh, right. Forgot about you. Hera, is it? Give you Hera to do as you wish. And everyone's still undisattached to Daggerfall then. And 71% only. Hello. Actual Orsimer in defensive pacts against me. And Daggerfall, why do you... Oh, right. You loved my dad, but that was dad. That was ages back. This king you have no love for. Cool hair though, I like his curls. What about anyone for you to marry? Would you actually say yes? No, you wouldn't. What about mom? That's not mom. What about Mary? Too old. Will not consider Offsham infidel, but Mary's an 8 diviner. She's one of you. That's too bad then. "13 years old now, 14 years old. 2 more years, then done." Oh no, not negative 15% war score. Oh no, they're hiding out on an island. That means... What's it count as? Big river crossing? Well, I can lure them back out. Unsiege Daggerfall, wait at Tulune. Wait for them to finish up here and come back. Then snatch him. No crushing water required. Get to you in a bit, old God's Revolt. One word at a time, please. Or you do have 4,000 troops right on me. Why wait for him and lure him out? Ah, tricky. Boarding boats just as you see me crossing. Clever. Surprisingly clever for the AI. Where are you going next? Because you are moving. Going for Way Rest? Oh, that is cute. You think you could conquer Way West, or at least siege down parts of it. In the time it takes me... Oh, no, you're going back to the boats. That's merely to distract me, wasn't it? No, you're coming here. That's fine. Avoided water crossing to get the water crossing anyway. Sadly, though, Balfiera's local vassals army got there first. So it doesn't count for me. Peace? No. The war is indecisive, he says, despite not having any more armies. Or a petty amount of armies. What? 16 already? That was quick. That was really 3 years? That took no time at all. I have finished my education in stewardship. It is a fascinating subject. A coin saved is a coin earned. Today, Malakath announced his opinion of me in front of my entire court. King Othbug of Ursinium is a true fighter, he declared. He is fearsome and powerful and respects my code. You should all do well to recognize that. And with that, Malakath's declaration was over, and my courtiers hailed me for my skills. I am a strong leader. Strong leader, same in his opinion, plus 30. Cool, and doesn't expire either. Alright. Now Malakath of the Ash Pit. I keep misreading Ash Pit. How would you like a delicious priest, 90 Ardor, and artifacts, so many artifacts. Orcish sword, hold on. Gonna hold off on that one. Steel sword, goodbye to you. Silver ring, old news. And so much orcish armor. Martial 3, Personal Combat 8, Martial 4, Combat 16. Ebony it is. Cool, and give the rest to Malakath. 100 Ardor. Superior steel, not superior to me. Silver sword to hold on to, you never know. There might be undead or danger to fight eventually. So I'll keep you in my back pocket. Yakutan armor, 200 Ardor. Aelid armor? Nope, they are dead. This is Ormsmer era now. That's good. 3,000 Ardor though. But if only I could do a Daedric Horde, lesser Daedric Horde. Pretty sure I can sit afford. Or Volendrung. Should I get Volendrung? The Hammer of Might at 16 years of age. Or Scourge to banish danger back to the home plane of Oblivion. Either one costs 2,500 Ardor. Ascendant. Interactive. Well, first things first. Alright, need a wife. Turog, already have. All of these are all my blood. Old news. Wait, come back. Old news. Too old, but also old news. Is there no woman of worth who wants to marry the strong leader blessed by Malakoth himself? Nobody wants it on this party. Tragic. Absolute tragedy. Oh well. There is a 22-year-old with good stewardship. What about prisoners? Nope, no young prisoners. That's fine. Women who were not married. That are adults, or any. Too old, 17. Absolute tragic crab boy. Wait, where's that one that's 22? Join court? Yes. 19. Because you're in the court of who? Inamondale. Ah, because you're Malakoth. There's a Malakoth cult. Over in Heartbush. Cool. Alright, she's 6 years my senior, but that's okay. Because all I need from her is a stat. And any other spouse I'll just pick up from conquests, I guess. Everyone's concerned and they respect wealth. Everyone got plenty of prestige. Squeeze some more money in. Cool. Now I'm only 1 over my demand limit. Which is much nicer. Medium centralization requires legalism 2. Religious requires what, 5? Nope, legalism 2 as well. Obligations then. For noble levies or noble taxes, what do I get from the nobles? Most of my tax does come from nobles outside my own domain. There's trade income 33, feudal tax 31, city tax only 4.1. But then again, they do give me a lot of troop. I think for now. Well, they are the bulk of my money, though. Let's do it. Get some more cash out of them. The Elder Council has voted against King Ulthbug of Ursinium joining its ranks. The vote was 9 for 6 opposed. 9 for, 6 opposed. Dang, really? So I can't join the Elder Council? Must wait 5 years between refuse requests or after being expelled. Fighters Guild. I have Marshall. Aw. Not good enough for that. Scenarists? What are scenarists? Aspiring painters, sculptors, poets, musicians, scribes, and others all across Tamriel flock to the halls of the Scenarist Guild to learn the many facets of the venerable jewel that is the fine arts. Some full-fledged scenarists find employment as the entertainers of wealthy patrons, while others serve as public historians, who use their experience to ensure the veracity of written records. I guess I'm doing Mercantile Guild again. Madakath declared me as a strong warrior, a strong ruler, and for all to follow me, but that's not good enough for the Fighters Guild. Okay then, Mercantiles it is. Alright, he exists. Well, glad he's back, so I could take him over. Half-sister? Who are you married to? The heir of Hrothgar? Okay stats. I don't mind marrying her off. Madakath, is that more sacrifices for you? It is. More prisoners for Madakath. 200 martial, too. I'm sure he'll find that extremely yummy. Where am I? I should be leading. Look, I got 25 martial. If I have 25 martial, why is the Fighters Guild saying no to me? Because personal combat. Am I 5 too short? Because it said personal combat 75. Bah. They've actually beaten me. It's alright though. Held them off long enough. Died again. That was quick. That was way quick. That's way too quick. I've only just been made 16. A bird cries out and I wake up. I hear men roaring in the distance. Why am I on the ground, staring at the sky? I cannot move. Is this how King Othbog of Ursinium leaves this world? Go with Madakath, comes the ragged voice of a wounded soldier next to me. But I got the 3000 ardor and everything. Not inheritable army? Fine then, give me Wealth of Oblivion. All the Wealth of Oblivion. Amulet of Domination. Cool. Some last minute prayers on my deathbed. Man, that is tragic. King Othbog has ascended to heaven at age 16. Died in battle against Fulvert of Fulvert's host. Although not especially blessed, we had Madakath himself praise us. King Maga, a formidable duelist. We expect him to excel in tournaments and personal combat alike. Boo. Oh, that is sour. Alright, let me see. Who have I got? I got one kid who doesn't have any of the bloodlines I fed into the other one. And same here. That's okay. Bloodlines aren't everything. Well, congrats to you. You got married after all. You fulfilled your ambition to get married. Well, some good news is that his heir is a genius, so that's gonna be incredible. That's alright, I guess. Oh well. What am I a part of, society-wise? "5 years between refused requests after being expelled. That still holds. Fine then. Mercantiles for everybody." But wait, you got 27. You got 95. Why are you a no for the Fighters Guild? Not in a society, okay. Any level of education don't have. All the following must be true. Oh, I see. Need specialization first. Got the martial greater than 10. So martial, plus one of those warrior specializations. Or, combat rating 75 and martial greater than 30. Or, mage education, agent education, martial greater than 25. And so on, and so on. That's alright. Let's get a specialization then. Let's be a scout. To squeeze out a skosh more stewardship. So what do you want to trade in, King Maga? I've kinda neglected you for so long because you became just the other son. You're content, you're shy, but you are also brave and deceitful. And you have been scarred in previous campaigns when you and your dad would ride off together. Well, you are contentish. Let's have you focus on business for the time being. And your desire is what? More wealth? Or grew an heir? Pretty close to the 700 required for war chest. Let's do it. War chest first, then heir. But while Othbog looked outwards and had grand designs for campaigns throughout Hammerfell and the mountains towards Colovia, you have lived your life in warfare, lost your father and your younger brother within one lifetime, years apart from each other, to a campaign for the remaining Bretons. You look inwards for the security of High Rock. How's a threat? barely any threat. Max possible troops, 6,000 though. So slowly building up the old strength. Stuart, who's best, Orug or my mother? Well, it is a bit of nepotism, isn't it? Alright, Mom. Mom, you can be Stuart. The other guy is objectively better, but you're a mom. Oh no. Good spy masters that all hate me. You don't want that. And everyone else is fine. Hearthwife, of course, is gonna be my wife. Master of the Bow, who's best capable? High Chief Faroon, of course, is gonna be you. I can't make Master of the Bow High Chief of Faroon. Okay, then Whitehaven, no? Nobody? Nobody can be Master of the Bow? How about Hunt? Faroon? No one wants to be. Weird. Today, Malakath announced his opinion of me in front of my entire court. King Maga of Orsinium is also a true fighter, he declared. He is fearsome and powerful and respects my code. You should all do well to recognize that, and this time I mean it. And with that, Malakath's declaration was over, and my courtiers hailed me for my skills. I'm a strong leader. Cool, he split his armies. Then let's take him. And die yet again. Alright, we didn't die. That's a start. Who's Diania fighting? Defended against North Point conquers a pen march. Remind me to deal with the North Point problem. Yay, we've won. And you? Kingdom Alinor. Really? With the loss of Direni, that defaulted to Kingdom Alinor? The Lordship of Thurnid? Oh, that is awful. Technically, all Alinor has is 3,000 troops. And if all I want is a bit of Daggerfall that belongs to me, then I could siege you down, then wait for several years for war score to tick up. That's all I gotta do. But Anticlair, I don't want you myself, do I? Nah, I don't want Reichgrad Keep. I'll give it to you then. Ish, for now. City of? Let's make it an Orcish city. Now, do you like me more? No, he still hates me. Of course he does. How about Glenpoint, or better yet, you, who launched an attack on us? Aw, she's blind. Or should I take Cambria first? No, we don't Cambria. Created Dwinin. Alright. Consolidating his power base. Consult other decisions. Oh, right. Close that book. Extort, don't gotta. Spellbook, got nothing. I could compose a book. I probably will. After I get my 700. As my troops ransacked the castle of Albigny, they uncovered an interesting relic that Corlin hidden away there. A copper ring. Well, I don't want to appear cheap before Malakath, but he enjoys cast out things, like this copper ring that is just his thing. Fulvea? Right. What makes you special, Fulvea? Intrigue, learning, stewardship, and martial of good stats. Then you and Malakath will get along famously. What else have I got? Ebony ring, ring of happiness, Aelid armor. Goodbye, Aelid armor. And right, what is this amulet of domination? Morale damage, 1. Natural revolt risk, 1. Martial 1, 6 appeal, 5. A rather risque artifact. Amulets of domination have been worn by warlords, tyrants, and a fair few dominatrices and dominants in its lurid and storied history. Cool. Takes a next slot, so either Martial 1 and 6 appeal 5 for the Amulet of Domination, or the Necklace of Swords for Martial 1 and Personal Combat 4. Malakath could have the Amulets of Domination back. Yay, war chest built. In that case, Gruminair. And cool, just realized, I'll be bordering Glen Point by way of a lesson. Your war chief, Chieftain Glothugs of Kazagur, has put forward a plan for experimentation with new military technologies, inspired by a supposedly brilliant inventor and engineer that he recently befriended. All that he needed is a little funding. 30 gold? Course it is. Course it's his. My bro is planning what? To kill Prince Bolgag. I don't trust him. I should arrest him. But yeah, more Daggerfall for you. You could have Albigny. There's no city, right? Just castles. More castles for him. He'll appreciate it. He'll love it. Alright, now. Any more children of the Gardener blood for me to collect? My niece? I could see about marrying my niece. Marshal Virolbeck definitely would not want to join me. Alright, let's marry my niece then. If nothing else, that will create a non-aggression pact between myself and Faerun. Or, marry her to my son. Yes. My genius son. Cool. Okay, Glen Point. I boarded Glen Point 2 properly. But more importantly, your lesson is forfeit. A defensive pact opposing me in Shornhelm. Oh, that is precious. Shornhelm was just Lorient. Even if it's a whole world against me that she is in a defensive pact with, that'll be over in no time. Screaming Arrows. You receive a report on the outcome of military experimentation that your war chief asked you to sponsor. Apparently, a new kind of self-propelled arrow was tried out, based on Far Eastern models. What, you mean Akavir? Lit by fire. These arrows could scream and fly away, leaving a trail of smoke, and then explode on impact, killing several of the livestock used as targets. Though of dubious accuracy and prone to failure in rainy weather, these experiments have still provided some valuable lessons. 50 military technology points, could I use it yet? I could get more melee techniques. Heavy infantry, battle mages, skirmish techniques, bowlers, like cavalry, archers, cavalry. Let's go melee techniques. Large numbers of refugees in Hearth Shield are without work or coin, suffering greatly. Mercantile Guild Banast uses connections to help find work for and house these people. Okay, we've done that before. Excellent. Easy job. Easy job perhaps for more specializations. Here, Daggerfall, you could expand your domain. And yet we continue to hold off on any marriage or children. I cannot help but wonder why. Long way around, really? Nah, go the short way around. Though if I'm lucky, these dudes will coalesce and attack him for me. If, though. Easy job completion still. They don't have any tough missions, do they? Who's died? My mother? Killed by rabble, oh no. I've lost my father, my brother, and my mom. In a short few years, spanning my 30s. Well, there is my wife, that could be a capable regent. And my bro. My bro that is very clearly not my bro. Well, he's a malcontent, right? But what's the worst he can do? Get killed by rabble? Malakath gazing outward. The bears between Mundus and Oblivion have done little to stem Malakath's interaction with mortals, and even large numbers of Daedric warriors can be summoned from within his realm and into the mortal plane with surprisingly little effort. I could have used that. Back when I had 3,000 Ardor. A small army of lesser Daedra to aid you in battle. After Mother's funeral, I am approached by her old friend, Acolyte Yorgul, who wants to speak to me. Apparently, Mother wanted Yorgul to look after me. "19 learning. Master Mage. Decent. He is offering me his friendship and protection. Of course, Lord Yorgul. I'd be honored to call you my friend." Wait, hold on. Kids? My heir. Needs more focus. No! He's too haughty for stewardship. It gives him martial, sure, it's alright though. Won't be the end of the world. River Point. That seems pretty basic. Okay, Shornhelm. You're in a pact with who? Just Halfengard and Halfengard went 8 divines. Yardom of Halfengard, outside the Kingdom of Halfengard. Halfengard's got something of an identity crisis right now. Which is fine, I'll take Shornhelm. And give it to my cousins. Dang, that is quick. 2,000 troops now. The benefits of 27 martial. Hold on. I got way too much gold right now. Gotta spend it. No more trade post here. Trade post, none. Levy reinforcement rate up. Barracks, light infantry, heavy infantry, and archers. Admin center for tax income and tax modifiers, sure. Weaponsmithy, expensive, it's all expensive here. Apothecaries is tax income. Direni Mage Guild, local chapter 1 for more battle mages. Or workshop, superior taxation perhaps. To give me time to buy more stuff. And admin centers everywhere. Everyone gets an administrative center. That was quick defeat. Hrothgar wants to kidnap Asha and Mu. If they have some beef, I suppose that's on them, isn't it? Random courtier, don't know who she is, has no bloodline. She must learn on her own. I shall sacrifice nothing for her sake. Oh no, getting sieged down everywhere. Everyone's against me, what shall I do? 2,000 Halfengarians out beyond Ustental. A bunch of Bretons taken over in Dwinid and Daggerfall region. Clearly, this war is lost. All these defeats everywhere. Have I bitten off more than I could? Nope, nope, war's won. And now, cousin, you get 2 more lands of your own. Chiefdom of Lorient and a little castle beneath it. Hall of Soothgard Tower. He still hates me though, which is fine, it's just him being Sundare. Let's give you Whitehaven, Dargard, Oldgate. Because all this is going to be Hrothgar region. Once North Point has been dealt with internally. Blaine, where's Blaine? Blaine's here too. All the people I rely on. Because the fewer bigger vassals, the better. Whitehaven, why can't I get rid of you? You should properly belong to Hrothgar. There you are. How now, cuz? He likes me more now. And I'm missing a commander and a chancellor. It's alright though, I gave him a chancellor. Huh? Huh? Let's see. Master Mage, 19, 17. Lazy. Nope. Right out. Yakalan next then. He's only got the 1 castle. Or I wanted to demarcate the area between Hrothgar and Daggerfall. I guess from Dwynnin down to Daggerfall, I'll be Daggerfall. Camlorn and round to more cool. More cool or just to Hrothgar? Yeah, all this for Hrothgar, then this part for Daggerfall, and this part Faerûn. Makes sense. It's alright, Crabboy, the crickets are laughing too, that's what it was. That's all the crickets putting their hands together, making chirpy noises. That's just what cricket laughter sounds like. Is that 2 Daenias? It is. Cool. Yikalan first. De jure claim for North Point. Nah, not gonna do his dirty business. My wife, Orgalarg, is pregnant. She's got no bloodlines though, so it doesn't matter, but still. Does Evelyn have one? She doesn't. She's from Malacath then. And all these I need. I kept the dog though. Kept the dog and the camel. I could scarcely believe it. But the pregnancy has made my wife, Urgalag, look more beautiful than she ever was. Whenever in the same room, I could hardly keep my eyes off her. Make a move, quickly. For that 25% chance of lustful. Didn't get lustful. What, don't have everyone coming to join me already? Where's my cousin? Only give me 3,000. Or 300, I mean. Well, he's all scattered, I guess. But the sooner he gets here, the better. I've only got about 3,000 for my cousin to look forward to. It occurred to me that my wife is feeling somewhat gloomy as of late. The burden of her unborn child is surely causing some humoral imbalance that is affecting her mood.